everybody, and welcome back to Play It Again. I'm Sue.
I'm Chelsea.
Thank you so very much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We are going to do another video for you today, and we're going to test Chelsea's skills to see how she does on a Name That Tune. Are you ready as always?
I am.
Yeah, she's always ready. All right, everybody, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right to it. We have not done this particular artist on the channel before. We're going back to the, I think, early 1970s, maybe even the late 1960s, but maybe you can correct me and tell me, is it the late 1960s or early 1970s for this one? Okay?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a fun one. Close your eyes.
Closed.
And here we go. It's going to be a live version through the Midnight Special, which was a fantastic show back in the day. I love Midnight Special. Here we go.
Operator, well, could you help me place this call?
Okay, do you know what that is?
No clue.
No.
No.
Really?
On both.
This
No.
is Operator by JIMCROCE. Do you know this song?
I may know the song, but it's one of those where I'm like,
This is a
I might know it
beautiful
by
song.
I might know it by the chorus, but I also don't recognize his name.
Okay, well, he did stuff like Bad Bad, Leroy Brown.
Oh, yeah.
You know that song?
Yeah.
That's JIMCROCE.
Okay.
And it's probably one of his
Sorry,
most
Jim.
famous. This is an absolutely beautiful song. He sang some of the most beautiful kind of, I don't know if you want to, some of them were love songs, but just gentle songs.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit of a folk kind of pop artist.
Nice.
And this one I think you're going to really like.
Cool.
All right,
Okay.
so let's get into it, everybody. Let's enjoy some JIMCROCE and Operator.
See the number on the medical gets old and faded. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray. Gosh, she said she knew it and sometimes hated. Isn't there the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I overcome the blow, learn to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Operator, well, could you help me place this call? 'Cause I can't read the number that you just gave me. There's something in my eyes, you know it happens every time. Think about the love that I thought would save me. Isn't there the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I overcome the blow, learn to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels.
So do you know this
Beautiful.
song?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's an absolutely gorgeous song, isn't it?
It's stunning.
Yeah.
It's stunning. There's something about just acoustic guitar and piano and voice.
Yeah.
There's just something about that. It's so special.
And his voice
Yeah.
is so
Love it.
This is a live version, and he's singing it live. It's not. He's
Yeah.
not lip syncing this, but I'll tell you, it's not very much different from the studio
version.
version of the song. He's got an absolutely beautiful voice,
I love him. Yeah.
and it's just it's one of those songs that just kind of gets to you, you know.
It's one of those songs where you just kind of imagine yourself driving down the coast, right, with the windows open and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
A little JIMCROCE.
Yeah, it's a bit of it's kind of a melancholy song, but at the same time, there's something that's a little uplifting about it. But it's very much a, you know, it does have a melancholy feel to
Beautiful,
it. It's
beautiful.
gorgeous, absolutely stunning.
No, 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 no. That's not the way it feels. operator. Let's forget about this call. There's no one there I really wanted to talk to. So thank you for your time. You've been so much more than kind. You can keep the dime. Isn't there the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show. Overcome the blow, learn to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It was stunning.
So you had never heard of
No.
but you had heard of him once I told you that he did Bad Bad Leroy Brown. You didn't know it was him, but you
Knew it was that song. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really popular song, and I remember my mom having his greatest hits on 8-track tape back in the day, and we used to listen to it all the time in the car. He died in 1973, I believe, and I can't remember now exactly what happened to him. So if you could tell me how did he die, put it down in the comments, because it was quite a shame. I mean, he wasn't that old, you know, and it was just, he was such a gifted artist. It was just such a shame to lose him, you know, as we've lost so many of them when they were younger. But yeah, you liked that?
Beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, we'll definitely do more of Jim Croce. If you're a big Jim Croce fan and you'd like us to do more, put it down in the comments and let us know what you'd like us to do, because he did some really upbeat songs and kind of fun, silly kind of songs, but then he also
especially
did
that's Bad Leroy Brown.
Yeah,
we should do that
right?
one.
Yeah, that's a fun one. But then he also did some very serious, kind of heart-wrenching songs like this
We
one.
should do all of them.
And yeah, he's fantastic. I really, really like him. So my fun fact for the day, that it was actually influenced by his time when he was in training for the National Guard, which, by the way, he had to go through training twice because, according to his wife, he wasn't very good with authority. Anyway, so it was his...
Cute.
Yeah.
Says his wife.
Says his wife. That's right. Says his wife. So apparently he was influenced by the fact that during the training, I guess there was one day that they were all going out, the guys were all going out, and they had their big green rain slickers on, and they were all going out for their 3-minute call that they were going to have to call their loved ones. And it was such a desperate kind of feeling, and there were so many guys that were having nice conversations with their families and friends, but there were some of them that were getting these Dear John kind of calls back, and it was very sad and quite disheartening. And so the inspiration for this was based on that. So it was a kind of a sad time for some people
to let them know they're okay. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
But an interesting thing was, though, his wife, after he had passed away, his wife back in the day, we would often have to call the operator to place long distance phone calls.
That's true, yeah.
And so she would say what her name is, and as soon as they heard that her last name was Croce, they would say, "Oh, like Jim Croce." And then they'd get into a conversation and find out that he was her husband, and
She's like, "Just put me through."
Yeah. They always would get into a good conversation about this, because the operators were all like, "Oh, we love that song. We thank him for writing that song about us." So they all thought it was about them. Anyway, I think that was a really nice one to introduce you to Jim Croce with. That's a special song.
Absolutely.
And it was re-recorded, I would say, probably about maybe 10 years ago or so. And I can't remember off the top of my head who re-recorded it, but they did a really nice job of it as well. It was a woman, and she did quite a nice job. And I wish I could remember her name off the top of my head. So if you know that, put it down in the comments, because if everyone would check that one out, it's also definitely worth listening to as well. So I think that wraps it up for today, everybody. So everyone have a joyful day, and we will see you all again next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.